I'm sure most of you have heard John McNulty is retiring after teaching 47 years. To get some perspective on just how long 47 years is, I'd like to take you back to the year John began his illustrious teaching career. Yes, especially for the math teachers in the room, the year was 1969. Our 37th president was inaugurated that year. Wait, oh yeah, 1969, that's better. The Miracle Mets won the World Series. Tickets for the game cost a whopping $15 for a box seat. Then there was that little music festival in upstate New York that summer.
Child of God, he was walking along the road, and I asked him, "Tell me, where are you going?" Mister told me, said, "I'm going down to Leicester's Farm."
Broadway Joe guaranteed another New York team a victory in Super Bowl III. One of the most popular films that year featured one of John's favorite actors. Then there was that rock opera, Hair. We can tell John was a big fan.
Gleaming, steaming, flaxen, waxen. Give me down to there, hair, shoulder length or longer. Here, baby, there, mama. Everywhere, daddy, daddy, hair. Blow it, show it, long as God can grow it, my hair. Let it fly in the breeze and get caught in the trees. Give a home to the fleas.
Gradually, through the years, John transitioned from a fun-loving middle school science teacher with high standards to a fun-loving AP Yukon biology teacher with high standards. John always expected each student to give him his or her best effort. John worked tirelessly to give his best effort to provide his students with quality lessons and lab experiences. You know, isn't it more interesting to look back at the older pictures? Gee, I wonder what John was thinking when the photographer took that picture. And how about that loincloth he's always talking about? I never got a really good look at it. Maybe the woman in the fisherman suit there did. I don't know if you recognize her. John also enjoyed chaperoning band trips to Florida with Bob Kelly. The gentleman sitting to John's left, I think, was separated from birth from his twin brother. I never realized Brian Benigni had a twin brother. It may have been on this trip with Bob and Alice Mitchell that fostered John's love of speaking like a pirate, or swearing at me in a Donald Duck voice. When I met John, I remember being impressed by his sense of modern fashion style, even in winter weather. I just felt so fortunate and excited to have such a masterful teacher as my unofficial mentor. Over the course of his service to the students in Berlin, John has collected some well-deserved hardware. Believe it or not, John even won a technology award for math and science teachers back in the early 90s. That was before we had real computers at the high school. In 2001, John was selected Connecticut State Science Teacher of the Year, a well-deserved award. In 2005, John was selected Teacher of the Year for Berlin High School, as well as the District Teacher of the Year. Now, I asked John's colleagues for a word or two they associate with John. Here they are. John took students into the wilderness of Alaska to explore the isolation and beauty of mountains, islands, glaciers, and the tundra habitat of Denali National Park at the base of Mount McKinley. This was also one of the prerequisite requirements Mary Lou eagerly met to be qualified to earn the title Mrs. McNulty for $24.50 a month before taxes. John served as co-advisor to the Berlin High School Science Club. It was in this role that students got to see the passion and enthusiasm John had for the natural world. He was a role model that touched the lives of many students. Take a look at what several of John's former students have to say about him. The Science Club was actively involved in mineral and fossil collecting. Trips to upstate New York and the Catskills were among the most memorable trips for the students and the young advisors as well. Back in the day, students, and their advisors evidently, didn't worry about the hazards inherent in fossil collecting on sheer cliff faces. It was always clear, though, that John was in charge. Any discipline was handled without the help of administration. The Science Club morphed into the Envirothon Club. Club members focused on learning forestry, wildlife, soil science, and aquatics under the tutelage of their advisors. Community service projects and canoe camping weekends on Selden Island and the Connecticut River helped facilitate learning those topics. Not to mention they were a lot of fun. As most of us are aware, John is heavily involved with Project Oceanology, the nonprofit organization whose mission is to nurture interest and enthusiasm for science and the marine environment. Those Project O trips started more than 30 years ago. Through the years, John continued to take his classes outdoors to experience science. It was here that John could show students the relationships that exist between every part of the environment. I know that John will miss this type of teaching the most, where he could share his love of biology and the natural world with his students eager to learn in this most genuine way. I also know that John will miss other parts of his chosen profession. These are a few things that came to mind. Before we end things, I would like to share with John some heartfelt words from a former student, as well as from someone to whom you have passed the AP Yukon Biology torch.
Congratulations, Mr. McNulty, on your retirement. This is Dave Spinelli sending you warm greetings from the highlands of Papua, Indonesia. Just want to thank you for inspiring so many students like myself to get out and get your hands dirty, get your feet dirty, to study and experience the natural world. Thank you so much, and again, wish you the best. Congratulations.
Hi, John. Of all the people here, I've probably known you for the least amount of time, but you've still had a pretty big impact on me as a new teacher. It wasn't until the overnight field trip at Project O where I realized how much knowledge you've accumulated over the years. I mean, you must have referenced like 80% of Darwin's Tree of Life before we even got on the boat. Yikes. I also find it a little concerning that you may have taught your AP Bio kids more Spanish than I've taught my classes biology. So thanks for that. I guess I have to learn that too now. But either way, I have some pretty big shoes to fill. I know AP Bio is your baby, and I hope to take good care of it and really do it justice and make you proud. So congratulations on your retirement, John. It's so very well deserved. We're all going to miss you so much.
Well, now we've come to the end. And now that you've officially retired, you will be able to come back and truthfully say, things are better now than they used to be. We will all miss you so much, John. Bon voyage. Happy retirement.